Alright, we've already broken down the massive updates coming in version 4.0, from the latest kits for Sparxie and Yao Guang to the highly anticipated Sparkle. But look, this update wouldn't be complete without discussing the massive revamp coming to one of the OGs of the DOT meta, Black Swan. That's right, one of the core pillars of DOT is getting a huge performance boost, making her more flexible and way more lethal than ever before. The biggest game changer, her talent. In the new version, those Arcana stacks will only drop by half instead of resetting all the way back to 1. The big question is, will this revamp be enough to make Black Swan's team dominate the version 4 meta? Well, let's find out. I'm Hoyostation, and we're diving straight into the Black Swan 4.0 revamp. Let's do this. Halo guys, di video kali ini gue mau menginformasikan hal yang menarik mungkin buat kalian semua. Apa itu? It's about Bang Jeff. Kalau kalian belum familiar, Bang Jeff adalah supplier top up nomor 1 di seluruh Indonesia. Nggak percaya? Sini gue kasih tahu alasannya. Yang pertama, di Bang Jeff pilihan gamenya itu lengkap banget guys. Mulai dari game yang hits sampai game yang mungkin jarang kalian lihat. Dan pastinya, honkaistarrail selalu tersedia di sini. Selain itu, yang bikin Bang Jeff itu tambah keren, yaitu dari harga produknya guys. Murah pakai banget. Kalian bisa compare harga di Bang Jeff dengan di tempat lain. Dijamin harga di sini adalah harga termurah yang kalian bisa temuin. Gak cuma itu, Bang Jeff lagi ngadain promo potongan 5% untuk pembelian produk honkaistarrail dan Zenless Zone Zero di Bang Jeff dengan kupon PTHSR dan juga PTZZZ. Oh ya, jangan lupa juga join Discord dari Monetize, tempat yang paling pas buat kamu buat dibantu memonetisasi karya kamu dan menerima dukungan finansial sebagai bentuk apresiasi dengan cara yang berbeda dan menyenangkan. Linknya ada di bagian bawah. So, tunggu apa lagi? Top up sekarang juga di Bang Jeff. First, let's dive into her traces, because this is where the core of Black Swan's revamp lies. Specifically her first Ascension trace, Viscera's Disquiet. Now, all of Black Swan's attacks, basic attack, skill, and ultimate have a 65% base chance to directly inflict 5 stacks of Arcana. This change is massive. In this latest kit, we can stack Arcana much faster than before. More importantly, we no longer have to wait for enemies to have a DOT first, making her playstyle much more flexible. Next up is her second trace, Goblet's Drages. In this revamped version, it gains a powerful additional effect, a 100% base chance to apply a defense reduction equal to her skill for 3 turns to every enemy entering the battle. Additionally, Black Swan will now trigger this same defense reduction whenever she uses her basic attack or ultimate. Honestly, this is a huge quality of life upgrade. We no longer need to spam her skill every 3 turns to keep the debuff up. This allows us to save skill points for other characters like Kafka or High Silence who need them consistently. Finally, for the third trace, Candle Flame's Portent. The revamp now provides a damage boost to the entire team based on Black Swan's effect hit rate, capping at a 72% damage increase. This is crucial for teammates like High Silence, whereas previously this buff only applied to Black Swan herself. If we do the math, you will need at least 120% effect hit rate to max out that 72% team-wide damage boost. This target is quite achievable, since she still scales heavily off effect hit rate, just like her previous version. Moving on to her basic attack. In the current kit, Black Swan deals significantly higher damage, 100% of her attack. That's a 40% increase compared to her old kit guys, which provides a much more noticeable damage output when you're saving SP. Now let's talk about her ultimate. While it retains its original mechanics, there's a key difference. It now has a 50% fixed chance to generate 1 additional Arcana stack every time Black Swan applies one. But the most interesting part, during the ultimate's duration, Arcana stacks will not be reduced by half after an enemy takes damage. While the ultimate looks similar at first glance, this no reduction effect ensures her damage ceiling is much higher than the previous kit. The core of her kit, her talent, also gets an upgrade. While the base effect remains, the revamp allows Arcana to stack beyond the 5 stack limit. The real kicker, When an enemy takes Arcana damage, the stacks are now only reduced by half instead of resetting completely to 1. This provides massive consistent damage. In the old fashion, losing all stacks meant losing all your momentum. Now Black Swan maintains her threat level through the entire fight. Lastly, let's look at the revamped Eidolons, Eidolon 2, Eidolon 4, and also Eidolon 6. Eidolon 2, Weep Not For Me, My Lamp, now has a 100% base chance to instantly apply 30 stacks of Arcana when an enemy enters battle. This is a huge upgrade over the old version, which only spread 6 stacks when an enemy was defeated. In modes like Purification, this will absolutely broken since new waves will start with massive damage immediately. E4, In Tears We Gift. In the Revamp, the Epiphany state increases the damage received by enemies by 20% and grants Black Swan 8 energy every turn or whenever an enemy is defeated. Unlike the old version, which was limited to once per Epiphany, this version allows for consistent energy regeneration, letting you loop her ultimate much faster. Eidolon 6, Fantian Merciful, Masses Pitiful. This is officially overpowered, guys. The maximum Arcana stacks increased by 20, bringing the total cap to 70 stacks. Furthermore, whenever Black Swan applies Arcana, she is guaranteed to apply an additional stack, whereas the old version was only a 50% chance. This extra 20 stacks adds a 240% damage multiplier to her Arcana, exponentially increasing her personal damage. So, in my opinion, this is a massive glow up. The changes to her traces and talent solve her biggest issue, consistency, by only reducing Arcana stacks by half instead of resetting them to 1. Hoyoverse has turned her from a burst-dependent character into a consistent DPS powerhouse. For free-to-play players, the team-wide damage boost from her third trace is a game changer, making her a top-tier support sub-DPS hybrid. And for the wheels out there, her Eidolon 2 and Eidolon 6 are now officially broken, especially for clearing Purification with ease. If you're a DOT user or a Black Swan fan, this revamp is everything we've been waiting for. She is more flexible, more powerful, and much easier to build. Okay guys, maybe that's all for now. What do you think about Black Swan? Please leave any comments down below and don't forget to check out my other videos because they are no less cool. Thanks for watching, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.